A man can look attractive and still feel completely forgettable. That is the uncomfortable truth. Because attraction is not only about the face, not only the body, not only money, not even status. Those things may get attention, but they do not always create emotional pull. And this is where many men misunderstand the game. They think attraction is something they have to perform. So they try harder, talk louder, show more, prove more, impress more. But the men who often leave the strongest impression are not always the ones trying to be noticed. Sometimes, they are the ones who feel calm enough not to chase the spotlight. And that creates a different kind of energy. The kind people remember. Picture this. A man walks into a room. He is not the loudest. He is not forcing jokes. He is not scanning the room for approval. But somehow, people notice him. Not because he demands attention, but because he does not seem desperate for it. That is the first secret. Real attraction often begins with emotional calm. Not coldness. Not arrogance. Calmness. There is a difference. A cold man makes people feel unsafe. An arrogant man makes people feel small. But a calm man makes people feel steady. He has control over himself. And in healthy relationship dynamics, that matters deeply. Because many emotionally mature people are not just drawn to appearance. They are drawn to how someone makes them feel in their own nervous system. Do they feel pressure? Do they feel judged? Do they feel rushed? Or do they feel safe enough to breathe? That silent feeling often decides more than words ever could. And here is the twist. A man becomes more attractive when he stops treating attraction like a performance, and starts treating it like a reflection of who he is when nobody is clapping. Secret number 2. He has direction. Not necessarily millions in the bank. Not a perfect life. Not everything figured out. But direction. There is something powerful about a man who knows where his energy is going. He does not wake up every day waiting for life to choose him. He chooses something. A goal. A standard. A mission. A future. And this matters because direction creates emotional weight. When a man has no direction, his attention becomes too available. He overthinks every reply. He waits for validation. He becomes emotionally dependent on someone else's reaction. But when a man has direction, his attention feels valuable. Not because he plays games, but because his life already has meaning. That is attractive. A man with direction does not need to say, "I am high value." You can feel it. In his schedule. In his decisions. In the way he handles disappointment. In the way he keeps moving even when nobody is watching. And here is something most men miss. Many people do not fall for potential alone. They respond to movement. A man who is trying honestly. Growing quietly. Improving consistently. That creates a deeper kind of respect. Secret number 3. He listens without losing himself. This is rare. Some men do not listen at all. They wait for their turn to talk. Some men listen too much. They abandon their own voice just to keep peace. But an emotionally attractive man does something different. He listens fully. Then responds honestly. He can hear someone's feelings without becoming controlled by them. He can be gentle without becoming weak. He can disagree without becoming disrespectful. That balance is powerful. Imagine a woman telling him something emotional. She is frustrated. Maybe testing the temperature of the connection. Maybe trying to see if he can handle honesty. An insecure man reacts. He defends. He attacks. He shuts down. But a grounded man pauses. Not because he has no feelings, but because he is not owned by the first feeling that hits him. That pause is attractive, because it says something without saying anything. I can handle emotional pressure, and in relationships, emotional pressure always comes. The real question is not whether a man can be charming when everything is easy. The real question is what happens when things get uncomfortable. Secret number 4. He does not beg to be chosen. This one is hard. Because many men confuse interest with chasing. They think if they care, they must over-give. Over-text. Over-explain. Over-prove. But attraction often weakens when self-respect disappears. A healthy connection needs effort. But it also needs dignity. A man who respects himself does not punish someone for not choosing him. He simply does not collapse because of it. That is emotional maturity. He can like someone deeply, without handing them complete control over his self-worth. He can show interest, without becoming needy. He can be kind, without becoming available to disrespect. And that is where real confidence shows. Not in how loudly he says he knows his worth, but in how calmly he walks away from situations that keep asking him to forget it. This does not mean acting detached. It does not mean playing mysterious. It means having inner boundaries. And boundaries are attractive when they come from peace, not ego. Secret number 5. He has presence. Presence is different from attention. Attention says, "Look at me." Presence says, "I am here." There is a quiet power in a man who is fully in the moment. He is not constantly checking his phone. Not looking around for better options. Not pretending to listen while mentally somewhere else. He gives real attention. And real attention feels rare now. When he is with someone, they feel seen. Not analyzed. Not hunted. Not judged. Seen. That creates emotional intimacy. And emotional intimacy is often where attraction deepens. Because attraction is not only sparked by mystery. It is also strengthened by feeling understood. A man with presence notices small things. A shift in tone. A change in energy. A hidden discomfort. A quiet excitement. He does not need to interrogate. He simply pays attention. And that makes people feel important around him. Not because he flatters them, but because he is actually there. Secret number 6. He is comfortable with tension. This may be one of the most underrated forms of attraction. A man who panics during tension becomes difficult to trust. Because tension is part of life. Silence. Disagreement. Delayed replies. Awkward moments. Different opinions. Emotional conversations. A grounded man does not rush to escape every uncomfortable feeling. He can sit in silence. He can let a moment breathe. He can handle not being instantly validated. This creates strength. Because some people test without even realizing it. They observe. How does he respond when things are not smooth? Does he become angry? Does he become needy? Does he become passive? Or does he stay centered? Attraction often grows in those small moments. Not in the perfect lines. Not in the polished photos. But in the moments where a man reveals his emotional structure. The man who can handle tension without losing respect for himself or the other person stands out. Because he feels safe and strong at the same time. And that combination is rare. Secret number 7. He lives with standards. Not ego. Standards. There is a big difference. Ego says, I am better than you. Standards say, I know what kind of life I am building. Ego needs comparison. Standards need alignment. An attractive man is not available for everything. He does not entertain every distraction. He does not accept every behavior. He does not lower himself just to avoid being alone. And this is where his energy changes. He stops looking like someone waiting to be picked. He starts looking like someone who is choosing with intention. That does not make him harsh. It makes him clear. Clarity is attractive. Because people feel where they stand with him. He is not fake nice. He is not secretly resentful. He is not pretending to be okay with things that violate his values. He can say yes with warmth. And no with calm. That kind of man is not attractive because he is perfect. He is attractive because he is aligned. And alignment creates trust. Now notice something. None of these secrets require a man to become someone fake. They require him to remove the parts of himself that were built only for approval. The over-explaining. The chasing. The performing. The emotional panic. The need to impress. The fear of silence. The fear of rejection. The fear of being misunderstood. Because sometimes the most attractive version of a man is not the louder version. It is the clearer version. The version who knows his direction. Controls his reactions. Listens with strength. Shows interest with dignity. Creates safety without becoming soft in his standards. And stays present without losing himself. That is why some men become more attractive with time. Not because their face changes. But because their energy becomes cleaner. Less needy. Less reactive. Less scattered. More grounded. More intentional. More emotionally honest. And when a man reaches that point, he does not need to convince people of his value. They feel it in how he moves. They feel it in how he speaks. They feel it in what he refuses to chase. The deepest attraction is not created when a man tries to be wanted. It is created when he becomes someone whose presence makes others respect themselves more.